Welcome back to Azure Striker Gunvolt. I almost said Azure. That wouldn't be... That's probably a way you can pronounce... That's probably one way you can pronounce it. But anyway, we are going to be going to the... what's the name of this guy? I can't remember. But I always like to double check my gear.
Is this Kitty Land?
I'm not sure. Something you do want to check to see if you can synthesize gear before each stage, because depending on the materials that you get, you can make new stuff. Some things you can only find in certain stages. I think this is one of the... As I mentioned before, the game expects you to like go back and replay old stages. This is one of the big reasons why, because there are certain materials you can only get in specific stages.
It's a crafting system, except it doesn't explain how crafting works.
Yeah, the crafting system is not very helpful in this game at all.
Great.
And as far as I remember, unfortunately, Gunvolt 2 does not fix that problem.
Great.
I mean, they fixed it, kind of, but they fixed the parts that didn't need fixing, and all the stuff that's still kind of messed up about it is still messed up. So again, I like these games, but they're not perfect, and I wouldn't say they're... Like I said, it's about the same as the crafting system was in Mega Man 04, and if you remember anything about that, that was hell.
Hey Lionel, what do you think about all this? My sentiments exactly. It's crap.
Okay, so I got the Naga sight. The problem with that is it only affects the Naga gun, so if you're not using the Naga, that's actually useless. But it really doesn't matter because the only benefits you get from the upgraded guns are very minor at best. They don't actually increase your attack power, it's just some of them will give you more tags. Like the default is like you can tag up to 3 enemies at once, and there's some guns that let you tag up to 5 enemies at once. That helps with getting your combo up faster. One of the guns gives you a charge shot that lets you shoot through multiple enemies and get multiple tags.
Hey Joel, what's up? Punch the kid's face
oh, yeah,
in.
Joel goes to school, so every once in a while when you talk to her, she'll talk about her day at school and how sometimes her classmates are kind of jerks.
It's like my dad. When there's one kid that was bragging that his dad worked for Sumeragi, he's like, punch that kid in the face.
Sumeragi is that company that just like, it's kind of like Lazareno, where it's the only company in the world that matters because it's the only thing anyone ever talks about.
Trust us, we're the only people you know.
Although Lazareno is a lot less douchey than Sumeragi, so they've got that going for them.
They opened an amusement park. No,
I'm actually trying to remember all the things that Lazareno actually did.
They did mining, from my understanding.
I remember they did that. That's true. And then also their mascot is Klonoa, because Klonoa needs fucking work.
He needs some. Let him have this. Let him have it. Damn it! He needs something to. He needs something to be happy in his life.
That Namco ever did for Klonoa was go, hey, he's the mascot for this. He's a mascot for a made-up amusement park in one game. And then we try to bring him back, and then it fails, and then he's gone, and then people want him in Smash. Why? He doesn't do anything.
like the closest he ever got to getting a HD release was having his costume parts be in Soul Calibur. That's literally it.
Which Soul Calibur was it?
I think. Well, I do give 5 a lot of shit, but his character creator was actually pretty good.
I do remember that, because people made a lot of crazy shit in that game.
They did in 6 as well.
Okay, well I should mention the gimmick for this stage right here is these platforms. As Buff explained, they actually launch you really fast. It's basically the springs in Sonic, except not as douchey.
Not as douchey.
Well, mainly because you can see where they are. You're not just going to run into them, and you're not going to be dashing through and then suddenly it's on screen for a second, so by the time you see it, it's too late to hit it, kind of thing.
I've never had that problem playing a Sonic game.
Well, that's something that I've heard people say.
I've never had that problem. I've never had that problem.
Me either. But anyway, that's the Naga. I personally don't mind it too much. Also, I got the Techno Switch, which lets you shoot shots diagonally up and down.
Yep, real useful. I was gonna say, yeah, shoot.
But it does travel up.
I was gonna say, it's like, oh boy, a new gun. It shoots in every direction except right in front of you. Oh, great, that's useful.
It's sort of like the Search Snake from Mega Man 3 because it crawls on the ground. Although once it hits something, it stops, so there's not really a point. The reason you want to use it is that if there's an enemy above and below you, you can tag both of them at the same time. But, I personally like to use the normal Naga because it's just it has the most versatile use out of all the guns. There's uses for others, this seems the most practical in my opinion. Also, this stage, I did mention before that after you beat stages, you can do challenges that'll get you extra items. One of the challenges for this stage is a bitch, because it involves you going through the stage, hitting as few of those yellow platforms as possible. And that's a bitch, because if you've been paying attention, a lot of these platforms are put in spots where it's deliberately impossible to avoid them.
You're also some of them are required to even progress the stage.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like stuff like this. That's the spring effect from Sonic that I was talking about.
You mean the one spring? You mean the one spring effect that shows up for one level and then never again?
I know. I'm just using that as an example of what that's like. I'm not saying I'm not saying that it's bad. It's just the best explanation I can give.
I know. I'm just saying that you're really pulling strings here.
Yeah, I know. And if this was like a regular Mega Man, that would have been a death trap right there, and it would have fucking sucked.
Spiked Wallman.
Thankfully,
Spiked Wallman's revenge.
If it was revenge, I would have died there.
Wait, what's the name of this boss? Spiked Wallman. Fuck.
Wow, you suck, Wiley. God, I love that video. I'm so glad it's still on YouTube.
Yeah.
Usually videos from 15, 20 years ago don't stick around for this long.
Somehow.
Gotta remember to check left, because there might be something back there.
I like how Asimov has to explain that falling down from a big height is death.
Well, like I said, it's the tutorial.
It's like if you fall down this pit, you'll die. Like no shit.
Well, it's a good thing this game has infinite lives, so it doesn't matter if you die.
People die if they kill.
Also, I did look into it. I'm pretty sure the 3DS game still had infinite lives.
Does it?
But I'm pretty sure it did.
I don't remember having infinite lives, but I could be wrong. That might have been something that got patched in later. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I know they added a couple of things in this.
Let me guess. There's a gem just right at the over a bottomless pit, isn't there?
Not over a bottomless pit, but I am coming up to it soon. It's actually in a spot where you're jumping through these things, so you have to kind of backtrack and go in, because you'll skip right past it and sometimes and not realize that it's there. That's kind of why I paused here for a second, because I had to make sure I didn't go too far into the stage. Because it is coming up.
Like, I'm trying to remember. Maybe this was one of the areas I completed too. I can't remember off the top of my head, because I do remember the trampolines.
Trampolines! God damn it.
What is that now?
I still remember you putting that in there. The end of one of your videos, like, the trampoline thing from The Simpsons. I don't remember what video that was, though. I think that was just like a weird segue to the end of one of your parts, that one of your like update videos, I think.
Please don't bring home any more old crutches.
Oh no, you don't! That trampoline is mine!
It just caused Vancouver rampage.
The guy's not even leaving yet, he's still in his driveway.
That's I just want to mention that was a cutscene from System Hit 1. I want to... You won't catch me.
Surprised me if it was, actually.
Shit.
Oh, also, apparently, I didn't realize this, but apparently you can actually switch guns without actually going through the pause menu. I didn't even, I completely forgot you could do that. That's why I never brought it up. It's not that big of a deal, really. But this is one of the, this is the Mizuchi, where you can, where you have a target system where, I think what it's supposed to do is it's auto-tags one enemy for you, so you don't have to shoot it with a regular bullet burst. I could be wrong, but I've hardly ever used any of those kinds of guns.
You don't use any of the new
guns?
guns?
Also, certain guns will make it so you can only get a certain where you can only get a certain amount of numbers in the combo, which really sucks, because, like, okay, you trade off having a lot more attack power for only getting a certain score modifier, in which the score modifier is more important than your attack power anyway. So, don't do that. Okay, I think I'm actually coming up to the gem now. I think it's more towards the top of the stage here. Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes.
Nah, I think it might be. I guess it's on the right, isn't it?
It is, and you have to like skip. There it is.
Oh, yep, I remember that one.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like you can very easily miss it because the camera's not even aimed at it, though that might have been something that was easier to notice on the 3DS version.
You already got it, stop it. You're just wasting time.
No, I think what happened was I grabbed it real fast, so I wanted to make sure I showed exactly where it was. Besides, I'm at the end of the stage anyway. We're also coming up to probably my second least favorite boss fight. The first one being the last boss fight that we did with the fire guy, only because his attacks are bullet hells, and I can't stand bullet hell boss fights. But this guy's not that much. This guy's not any less annoying, but we'll find. You'll see that in a few minutes. I'm honestly just sitting here trying to remember what bosses I fought when I first played the game. I wouldn't blame you for not remembering. Aside from Xanda, I don't really remember any of the boss names in this game. It's got that Mega Man Zero vibe where the names are just really forgettable, unfortunately. At least they're not like trying to sound Latin like most of the bosses in Mega Man Zero, but... Okay, yeah, this is what I remember now. This is the level I actually beat when I first played it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I remember now. I think this is actually the first boss I beat. Think about it. Huh. I mean, this guy's not terribly bad. And again, it's one of those things where, like, since any stage can be your first, the boss has to be depending on which one you go to first. Yeah. But because I can't use it, I can make a lot of these bosses if you have the right special moves. Right. Like I said, Lux Caliber is essentially an win button half the time. But my problem with this guy is he moves around real fast, and his lasers are really hard to tell where they're gonna be half the time. If they are dodgeable, obviously, but especially since half the time you have to hover in the air with wasting all your electric attacks, so you don't have time to actually damage them.
Yeah, I remember now. He was actually my first boss to beat. Now think about it. But he wasn't that. He's not that hard.
No, he's not. It's more one of he's one of those bosses where like his attacks look like they're really hard to dodge, and then you face palm realizing how easy it actually is to dodge them.
You're way too slow. I'm like, yeah, says the guy I'm dodging. I think this is his big. No, I could have swore he had like a big laser attack.
Oh, he does. You'll see it in a second.
That must be phase 3. That must be phase 3.
Yeah.
There we go. Now there's phase 3.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, here's his super move coming up, and it looks harder to dodge than it actually is. Because he's gonna do this, and I screwed up. What you're supposed to do is when he shows up in the corner, you jump behind him, and that way you'll dodge. That way you'll completely avoid the giant laser, and as well as his dash, because you can technically hop over him when he dashes at you, but you have to do a short hop, which you're probably gonna get hit by him because the energy beam covers up half the goddamn screen. So what you're supposed to do is get behind him while he's charging that up so that you can avoid it.
That's Monk just wakes up. Oh, what? Oh, you won? Okay, cool. He's like half asleep when he calls again. Like, were you sleeping? No.
I mean, if you get the Steam version, you can probably save state. Because I didn't mention there is a Steam version for this and Gunvolt 2. I'm not sure if there's a Steam version for Luminous Avenger or not.
I wouldn't know.
Wouldn't surprise me if there was, though.
I wouldn't know.
In fact, I didn't even realize there was a Steam version until like a month ago.
Damn.
But that's because by then I had already gotten this for the Switch anyway.
Meanwhile, we rejoin with the Yu-Gi-Oh antagonist.
Nova's better than Merrick. And I only say Merrick because his hair is the closest to resembling Merrick than anything else. Plus, Merrick's the only villain from Yu-Gi-Oh that I remember. Well, Merrick and Pegasus, but nobody likes Pegasus.
What they don't tell you is that he just wants his refund for the What they don't tell you is that he just wants his refund for the concert that Lumen put on.
She's getting deals from Phantasy Star. They'll have her be one of the. They'll have her do a concert for Phantasy Star Online too.
Yeah, right.
It'll never happen because Sega wouldn't do that. Oh, by the way, Merrick's back, and he just kind of broke into our apartment and kidnapped Lewin.
Hi, bye.
Yeah.
Didn't we just?
Merrick's back.
Didn't we just fight him?
Joel in the middle of your freaking apartment.
Didn't we just fight him?
We did. We killed him. He was the first guy I killed.
Okay.
And now he's just back. The second mid stage.
Yoink.
And by mid stage, I mean it's like 2 minutes long. That's why it's added into this part.
No, it's like my waifu. I need that refund.
You took my life. Now I'll take your girlfriend, bitch.
Now I take your girlfriend. She's jailbait anyway. What's wrong with you?
What about my other girlfriend? Yeah, she'll transform into that too. My butterfly waifu. Merrick, nobody says lame sauce anymore. Get with the times. Even back when this game first came out, that was a dated reference. But yeah, we immediately jump into second mid-stage, which is why I kept it in this recording.
Makes sense.
And by mid-stage, I mean it's a boss fight with Merrick again, so it's not even really a stage.
Why do they make you fight the same boss twice?
Because I don't know. It's supposed to imply that Nova has the ability to revive people that have died.
I mean, that's fine and all. That's a good excuse to use for the usual boss fights.
For the boss rush.
Yeah, for the boss rush, but not mid game. Doing it mid game just feels
also
tedious.
There's only 3 stages left after this one.
Doing it like I said, doing it mid game just feels tedious.
Well, that's why it's not even really a full. It's not even a full stage. The stage is done. I just have to fight Merrick again.
Yeah, I know, but still.
And I agree, it's pointless too. The upside is that since there's no spoiler, it's a Mega Man style game. There's going to be a boss rush. But
Shocking.
This also means we don't have to fight him a 3rd time in a boss rush. Because that would just be padding, and even I would call them out. On
man, nobody got time for that.
I think with the new translation they added new references. Because I don't think he sounded like that in the 3DS version. I could be wrong.
Oh, it's this boss again.
Yeah, this stage also wants you to refight all the mini-bosses again for a 4th. And we fought this goddamn thing. Well, this one's a little bit different, not just because it's red, but it actually like jumps at you this time. More missiles and shit.
Tanks aren't supposed.
Slightly more difficult.
He said tanks aren't supposed to jump. It's cheating.
He's right about that. Tanks shouldn't do that.
Unlike you haven't played Metal Gear, have you?
I don't know, maybe in this timeline it's so far ahead that Metal Gear is outdated and shit.
Metal Gear can jump! Eat shit.
Well, clearly you have enough money to rebuild it, Nova.
I'm just saying, Metal Gear can jump. Bullshit.
Well, which Metal Gear is it? There's like 5 different versions of that.
All of them?
I thought one of them could jump.
They all can jump. What are you talking about?
Well, I thought some of them were just like literally sentient tanks that just kind of bulldoze everything. I haven't played that many Metal Gear games.
No. Like, I think only one. I think only one is like that, and that's in the 3rd game. And honestly, nobody. Okay. And honestly, that's pretty forgettable. That tank anyway is forgettable. So
yeah, and to be fair, I do know that Metal Gear Solid is basically a reboot of the original Metal Gear. So
it's not actually.
Kojima likes to think it is because he knows that Metal Gear NES sucked dick.
They're based. The Metal Gear on NES ignores that. They're focused on the what was it? What was the console called that got put on?
So anyway, that's Nova's whole plan. Is he's going to use Joel's music to control all adepts because they make her into basically a siren.
Hey,
so that's why they captured her.
Hey, it worked for Bravely Default.
Sort of. Although Adia's music wasn't used to brainwash people.
Adia didn't sing, but okay.
Or no, it wasn't Adia. It was Anya's, and Anya's didn't sing. She was just a church girl. At least I don't remember her singing.
Let's just move on so I don't have a brain aneurysm. Because you're just getting everything wrong, and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna do that here.
Okay, fine.
You.
I also love how Nova's like, brainwashing isn't all that uncommon now. It's like, brainwashing's not all that uncommon in the real world. So yeah.
Why don't you just brainwash Gunvolt? Yeah, I don't feel like it.
Well, apparently they... Well, if he really wanted to, he would have tried it earlier.
Like I said, I don't feel like it.
Probably not.
I just feel like fucking with you.
Basically.
S.
Yay! I got an S rank finally.
And that's the only S you're ever gonna get in this, and that's the only S you're gonna get in this game.
I could technically go back to the very first intro. I can go back to the intro stage and get an S rank. Now that I have a whole bunch of extra shit.
I just got a fresh new intel report that I totally did not just made up.
I just conveniently know where Nova is now. Go kick his ass. Oh great, orbital elevators. Thanks, Inti. I need to be reminded of Mega Man X8 and how Mega Man X8 ended on a cliffhanger. God damn it.
This has got to be their master plan. How do you know that? I'm just guessing here.
I just know these.
I know these things.
I just know these things. I'm smarter than you, damn it.
It's like, how do you know that? Who wears the glasses here?
I'm also the one that writes your paycheck. Oh, he's got a point.
Imagine Gunvolt has like a little inner scenario like Krunk does whenever this comes up. He just has an angel. He just has a shoulder angel and a shoulder devil just trying to talk him into stuff.
Well, Asimov just handed me this gun and told me to go on an elevator into space and Gunvolt, what are you talking? Gunvolt, who are you talking to? Oh, hold on a second. What? I said go on that elevator and stop Nova. Oh, right.
That's not big guy. I'm gonna give you two good reasons why you should just walk away. Number
one.
Number.
Look at that guy. He's got this.
No. It's like, yes, you feel a little closer to Joel now that she's not here.
You could technically that still counts.
Sorry, it's like
that's okay.
Listen up, big guy.
You can actually still talk to her.
Give me three good reasons why you should just walk away. Number one, points at Nova. Look at that guy. Look at that little spiky hair and everything. Look at that. He's a dork. Reason number two, handstand. Look what I can do.
What does that have to do with? No, wait. He's got a good point. God, I miss that movie.
They never did say what the third one was.
Never got around. Never had a chance to deal with Cusco not dying.
Listen, you guys.
Anyway, so in the next part, we're gonna hop on the orbital elevator and go rescue Joel.
Listen, you guys. You're sort of confusing me, so be gone, or however I get rid of you guys.
That'll work.
Okay.
を越え行こう